call the fucking police. God, just stop. Okay. No, turn the fucking siren off.
What's going on here? What's going on here?
I'm trying to give the tour right now. Okay. Thank you and welcome. Welcome to the Downtown Museum of History. I'll direct your attention to this first piece. This piece is this was a bust of Napoleon found in his Napoleonic villa in France. It was believed that this piece originally had a hat made out of stone, but it was subsequently eaten by the famous French stone-eating rats. They made the top of his head perfectly spherical, and Napoleon was not happy when he found out that his hat had been eaten by rats. Our next exhibit, this is a pot that was found in an ancient Aztec burial ground. Our top linguistics experts have deciphered the writing that you see around the outside of the pot, and it's believed to be one of two things. It could either be a pot that was used to capture and hold the souls of the damned and keep them from returning to the earth and raining fire down upon the unsuspecting mortals, or it was simply a pot used to defecate in after a long night of eating and drinking. Many people were buried with pots like these, so it's very unclear as to their original usage. Moving on, this engine block here, this was a block that was taken out of a Ford Lincoln, but specifically the car that President John F. Kennedy was assassinated in. And if you look very closely, you can see that some of his brain was actually splattered onto the engine block and cooked onto it. The CIA tried to remove all the brain particulates, but it was not possible. Sir, please don't lick the glass. Does anybody have any questions about the first exhibits? So.
I'm sorry. I'm scared of. I don't like rats. I'm sad that you talked about them.
I'm sorry, sir, but there's no rats. I can assure you, there's no rats.
Are you sure? What if they're in the bathtub
Yes.
and they crawl out and eat it?
So moving right along, this is a bathtub that was it was a very popular model in the late 40s to mid 50s, and it's a cast iron piece painted cream white. It's aged over time, but it's still a very tried and true model. This was actually the bathtub that Elvis Presley was found in. Contrary to popular belief, he was not found on a standard toilet, but actually found in a bathtub. The story goes that he was found on a toilet, but actually he was found on this model precisely. That was very popular at the time. It was a hybrid of a bathtub and a toilet. If you look, it has a very large drain on it. So while you're cleaning yourself, and instead of having to get up out of the bathtub to go and use a toilet or a pot, such as the other exhibit, you would simply spread your butt cheeks and put your butt directly over the hole and poop into it. But because Mr. Presley was such a large man, his butt cheeks formed a perfect seal, an airtight seal. And
It's not there.
Elvis Presley's bathtub?
and
Dude, they're talking about condoms, bro. Airtight.
so subsequently after that, these bathtubs were removed off of the market because he was actually not died because of an overdose. Actually, the airtight seal that was created by his butt cheeks, it inverted his butthole and caused all of his guts to spill out into the drain. It was a big conspiracy and a cover-up story, but it's all come to light now.
That happened to my great aunt.
Really, yeah.
It's very
It's a very sad thing. Moving along, this pistol here, this is a Luger, a German model. This pistol was actually owned by Adolf Hitler. This pistol was used by him for many things, and not one of them was shooting people. He was famous for, he loved skeet shooting, as well as on Saturday mornings he would go onto his balcony and he would shoot pigeons in his backyard with this pistol. He was also very famous for his large collection of fruity preserves, such as many jams and jellies, as well as marmalades and chutneys. And he would line these jars of preserves up in his backyard, and he would aim the gun at them and see how big a sugary splat he could get on his neighbor's fence. Yeah, so that's the story behind this pistol. He also used this pistol to shoot himself in the head towards the end of his life. But that's a different story entirely.
He swallowed a pill. He swallowed a pill at the same time.
Yeah, a pill that came out of a pistol at about 270 feet per second.
Oh, wow.
This is actually the skull of the late Michael Jackson. Many believe that he was cremated after his death, but an urban legend circulated that he had actually not been burned. And the urban legend turned out to be true. His body was actually thrown to a pack of hungry dogs, and his flesh was ripped apart. And Radix left. No, Monster left. Oh fuck. Well, the skull's still here, everybody. So I can direct your attention back to the skull. It was believed that he was cremated, but as you can see here, this is his skull. It was actually dug up by a local man in his backyard. It was found, and his dog had actually been digging it up and was chewing on it for a while before he realized what he had found. Because when he would put his ear very close to the skull, and if you actually try this yourselves, get really close. We all gather around. You can hear it whisper. You can hear a very faint whisper of Michael Jackson.
Oh my gosh, I heard it.
You heard it there? I heard it. Okay. Officer, actually. They're breaking it. You guys are dickhead.
That wasn't even me.
Wait, back to the tour.
That wasn't even me.
Back to the tour, gentlemen. The last piece we have here, this was actually a car door that was found balanced on the very top of the Statue of Liberty. Following the September 11th terrorist attacks on New York City, this car door was believed to have been launched several hundred miles into outer space, and it fell down and landed directly onto the Statue of Liberty. We took it by getting our super magnetic mega helicopter, and we picked it up and brought it back here.
Also, the door really kills them.
The duration of our tour. If there's any questions, please feel free to ask. The bathrooms are directly to my left, and if anybody has any questions, please don't hesitate to ask.
May I work for the museum? I want a job here.